What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Rich here to talk some NBA prop plays over on Prizepicks for Wednesday, January 25th. Yesterday, we got hit by some bad shooting from Zach LaVine and Kyle Kuzma, 2 for 10 from 3. Come on, bro. I mean, realistically, I have no problem betting on a player who's going to take 10 threes that he can make 3. But unfortunately, it was a night where Kyle Kuzma could not get it done for us. Zach LaVine, like I mentioned, dude could not hit the broadside of a barn. It was DeMar DeRozan night. And, of course, the Bulls blew a 20-point lead to the Pacers. So, I mean, that pretty much sums up both my night and the night for the Bulls and Zach LaVine. So, either way, not too bad because we did get Bradley Beal, who did go under, taking the under again today. Also not so bad, but he is playing Houston. So not really loving that matchup. But let's dive into the model and the plays for today. Let's get it. For all the high-flying action, take a step back and relax. It's time to count that money, the NBA props. No look any further. You know what time it is. Presented by Prizepicks, NBA props. Let's
count that money, man.
All right, so you can see here there are a lot of plays highlighted. The only two core plays are John Morant and Jeremy Grant. But I did want to make you aware to take a look at Wendell Carter Jr. and Ben Simmons. So both their rebound props are set at 9 and 7. So for Wendell Carter, you see the heavy juice to the over. Prizepicks moved his line. But the matchup is so good against Indiana, I don't think it's terrible, but I want you to watch the line movement because I think this is a play that will probably flip to 9.5 by the time tip-off ultimately comes. So again, sharp money may decide that it's a good time to take Wendell Carter against Indiana at 8.5. Obviously, heavy juice to the over, but if you take it on Prizepicks at 9 right now, I wouldn't say it's a great play. But if later in the day, more money starts flowing in on Wendell Carter and more sharp bets are being placed on him to go over, they may move that line, at which point it could be a good bet. Again, one to monitor. You see the matchup. You see the last 5 is getting 9, so you're playing for a push right now. But if it does move and the book lines do say that he probably deserves to be closer at 9.5 than at 8.5, I think it could be a good overplay. Same case for Ben Simmons, right? Ben Simmons is the opposite. Prizepicks has his line set at 7. He's in a revenge game against Philly, assuming he plays because he didn't play the last time they played them. He needs to get 8 rebounds. I think this line could potentially continue to move to the 7.5, closer to even range. It is a tough matchup, so not exactly one I'm targeting. But I don't know. 7 rebounds for Ben Simmons seems really light. Some games he comes out and he gets 8, 9, 10 rebounds. Some games he only has 5, and it's hard to make sense of what that is. You see here, standard deviation over here is at 3.2 at only 6 rebounds. Super wide, not one you really want to play with, but it is one that I was very intrigued by because every book has him at 7.5. No one was putting him at 6.5 because if they did, they know people would hammer the over. And I think even in this spot, it could be a situation where the line moves. So I just want to again put it on your radar. Wendell Carter, if you see line movement for him and you see a lot of books moving him to 9.5, he could be a decent play. Same with Ben Simmons. Right now he's 7.5. I think he probably stays there, but you could get line movement pushing him closer to a better play for the over. Now on to the actual plays. John Morant up against the Golden State Warriors, playing in Golden State where we know the Golden State plays much better. Whether you want to take the points or the points plus assists, in my opinion, I think that this line will move. It's at 28.5 right now. I wanted to pull up Jaw's chart up against the Warriors because he's been scoring a lot against the Warriors. Scored 30 points in 3 of his last 4 games, but all of the games on the road outside of this one here from last season, he did not hit. Both games this season, he's hit 29 points. I really like this number, but as you can see, I actually pulled up the points plus assists. He's had 8 assists in each of the games against Golden State this season. His points plus assists is 36.5. I haven't projected for right around there, but ever since the playoffs, these teams do not like each other. Jaw's going to have to show up in this game. I think he can get it done. I think he can score 30 points like he did the last time he played them. So the points plus assists, slight juice to the over. I think there's a lot of narrative factors here, which I don't love to play with narratives, but with pace, the environment, what Ja has done against Golden State, I think there's a lot of reasons to like this play, and I would definitely be taking the over, whether you want the points and assists plus 36.5, or the points, which are 28.5 as of this recording. In my opinion, by tip, they will be 29.5. Some books have already moved to 29.5. I think they need to move this line for it to be as sharp as possible. I don't think it's quite there yet, and you would be beating the market if you do get it at 28.5. So that's why I am recommending it as a play today. Bradley Beal, points, rebounds, and assists. I mean, dude didn't even think, I don't even think he got a rebound until the fourth quarter last game. He actually played pretty well. I was a little bit nervous. I had his under points at 24.5. He scored 22. He got 5 late. I was this close to missing. Now, Bradley Beal is up against Houston. Houston, they allow a lot of points to shooting guards, so that's not the best situation for us. But as I mentioned, Bradley Beal is not hitting this number. He's not getting to 30. He's definitely not getting to 32.5. 33.5 last time when I talked about it. It was 32.5 by the time it ultimately tipped off. Opening up at 32.5 today. Again, the matchup is much better for Beal. Doesn't mean he's going to be any more successful. We saw what happened last game, and it was the Kuzma show. Kuzma scored 30 points. Of course, he can score 30 points, but he can't just hit 3 threes. I mean, either way, on a back-to-back, Beal may play some slightly less minutes, may not even play. Monitor his status. And Jeremy Grant under his rebounds and assists at 6.5. I know it seems low, but this dude doesn't do anything. He's got 5 rebounds and assists over his last 5 games. Average projected for right around 6. Minus 130 on the books. Hammer the under on Jeremy Grant. Ja Morant, Jeremy Grant, the 2 core plays. You could maybe flex Bradley Beal if you want to, and I do want you guys to look out for live movement for Wendell Carter and Ben Simmons. As always, if you tail, give Prizepicks hell, and if we fail, do not bail. Make sure to drop us a like and subscribe for future content, and I will see you guys with the next video. Ja Morant over his points and assists, or his points, Jeremy Grant under his rebounds and assists, and I talked about why you should monitor the other lines. I'll see you guys in the next NBA video, and I'm out. Peace.